Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest and latest episode of Power Rangers Heirs to Olympus. I am Matthew, and I am the GM for this lovely game with this lovely group of players and their slightly more lovely group of characters, but only slightly. And before we do any sort of I like the looks I'm getting already. Before we do any sort of flashbacks or anything like that, let's introduce the other people at the table.
Hi, I'm Killian. I will be playing your resident small person, Millie. And she's Purple Ranger, and she did a Spy and Cry with Alexander last episode.
Spy and Cry. I am Michael, playing Winslow, Red Ranger, Avatar of Victory, successful date doer. Let's go.
Hello, I am also Michael, and I'll be playing Alexander,
right.
the Pink Ranger, the heir of Apollo.
Salutations once again, dear audience. 'Tis I, Daniel LaRoe III, and where there's a fight to be had, you can rest assured that I will be there to defend the innocent and bring low the unworthy.
I'm not sure
Daniel
that sounds
is
like
Red
something.
Ranger,
That
Avatar of Death.
that was surprisingly like not like dark and sad and emo boy. All right.
Daniel has literally never been those things.
I'm not sure that sounds like something Daniel would have said though. Let's defend the let's defend people.
It's too heroic. Yeah.
Daniel has always been the most heroic in this group. That's not even a bit.
Bitch, please.
Look at your actions.
For victory, for shooting stuff, for a date.
For Discord!
Yeah, so I'm right.
As has already been established, then there was.
I'm not here.
Yes, not yet at least. But there was a date last week, and there was some spying on said date. Before the date, there was a duel that
I got my ass handed to me.
I was trying to word it in a way that didn't sound that bad, but yeah, that it did go very badly for her.
I mean, look, really. everyone's got to get whomped at some point. It's happened to all of us in the past. It will happen to all of us again.
Yep.
But Millie had fun getting the shit kicked out of her, and then
she still had a huge smile on her face, even when she got her ass kicked. Which, that's a good sign as far as I'm concerned.
Let's just say that Millie is looking around and realizing they need a really good girls' night, so I'm thinking drag night.
I feel like this would work. Special bonus.
And then Winslow can get away with showing drag to be near Medusa for girls' night.
This could be a very interesting special bonus episode. Just drag night. See how many of the boys would just dress up in drag. Not necessarily for the camera, although just throwing it out there would be very interesting. But we're going to move along. We're going to move along.
Matt, I'm good. Respectfully, I'm good.
There was the duel. As we've established, Millie got her ass kicked. Medusa was pretty happy about his steal. She made a friend. She gave the shield over that they wanted and contact information for someone that they haven't yet contacted, so they don't know who it is. Although, out of character, they do all know who it is. It's just a secret.
Winslow has suspicions, but, he has a degree in Greek shenanigans, so it's fine.
Gotta talk to some nerd about mechanical engineering.
After which there was the date, which I think mixed results. It wasn't a bad date. There was some things that Medusa didn't quite understand. She enjoyed some of the films that they watched, some of the activities they undertook. She did not understand the blue slushy. Blue is not a flavor.
It is, but it's okay.
No, blue is a color.
I mean, look, fact of the matter. Oh, wait, never mind.
After the date, walked back to the car because, of course, ever the gentleman. And as they get to the car, there's a snake in the car. Medusa's version of security. Fantastic idea, I think. And then Slam, bang, fire, smoke. Athena is standing there, demanding Medusa returns her shield. The problem is, Daniel has the shield.
Uh-huh.
Daniel is no here.
And Daniel is not here. Which is where we find ourselves now.
Mr. Daniel is no here. Please call again.
Wow, so you're just gonna hand out my first name to the threat. Great, thanks.
No English? Right. Well, that's me. I'm just gonna like look at Medusa and be like, well, this is one way to put a cap on the evening. No.
When you look
okay,
over at Medusa,
Okay.
Winslow, you easily see the
Fear.
terror, not just fear, the terror on her face as she stares at Athena. And you see her take 2 steps back. She does not want to be in Athena's presence at all.
100% fair. Medusa? Go. And I'm just gonna pull the coin out.
She looks
Guess what,
at you.
bitch? Victory is inevitable. Let's go.
At this moment, Alexander would text Daniel, letting him know of the trouble and our location.
Millie also texts Thea and is like, so yeah, Athena's here.
Yes, Olympus.
Medusa runs to hide behind a car, not knowing as she does so that the car she's hiding behind is the car that both Alexander and Millie are also hiding behind. Until that point, sort of comes running over and is just there appears to be some sort of, well, Athena's here. Help!
And she runs over. Alexander's just mid-morph.
Millie
He
flicks
flips the
her
coin forward. So that as he's running for, he can catch it.
But as she does kind of hunker down next to the car, you see her rooting through the pockets of her outfit. There's not much to do with, there's not many pockets, there's not much space, but she finds a bit of chalk, she finds a small knife, and she begins drawing on the asphalt on the floor. And you can see some Greek, ancient Greek, some other languages that you don't recognize in the slightest. And she just looks at the two of you and says, I'm just going to get you some friends.
We got you. Millie will flip her coin, Discord and shit, and run out.
Millie?
Yeah, so we were kind of spying on you. Alexander's back there, but we got your back.
Well, I guess it's a good thing you were here.
The comms just, you did quite well on that date, old boy.
Princess Bride, still
Well
in
done.
Do we have comms? How like future past tech are our outfits?
So the design of them is quite ancient,
magic communication.
but the actual technology is as advanced, if not in some ways more advanced than what you
They've got
sort
speaking
of rock around
stones
with on
molded
average
into them.
days.
I like to think that Hephaestus and Daedalus combined their might on outfits.
I mean, if we're not in initiative yet, she's come to fight, right?
She's come
She's
to fight.
defending her shield at least.
Yep.
Can I shoot at her?
I will say you've come running out in fairly brightly coloured armor. You want to make an infiltration check? I will say you can, but with a downshift.
I will try
I
and do
wasn't
it
trying to infiltrate.
sneakily.
I'm trying to shoot her.
Yeah, but otherwise there's no surprise round.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I need that.
You gotta make the stealth check before you can get a surprise round.
I have infiltration.
You have
Lovely.
to actually be surprising.
Oh, so close. Critical 9 is
23.
not going to get me anywhere.
Did you say 3?
23.
23.
Ooh, that's smart.
I have a D6 in infiltration.
But
I do too,
I feel
but
like
with the
I feel like
downshift
if
and the
I feel like if any of the gods could beat a 23 infiltration with an alertness, it's probably Athena. So like,
She can't.
Yep.
She's got alertness, but you know what? I'm gonna roll it, but the odds of her beating it are like, yeah, I rolled a 7 on the D20. Otherwise, yes, she could have potentially beaten it.
I got a
Um,
19 on my D20.
I rolled a 5 on my
let's
D20.
go.
So what we need to do then before you start rolling for your attacks is go ahead and roll initiative.
Does anybody want
Do
to
we have
Yeah.
follow
do we
me?
have a trance? Yes. How
Question:
hey,
even though I'm not there, could I still add to the follow me counter?
I will say yes.
Thank gosh. So yeah, you got one.
Sorry, Pink Ranger does stuff I'm not familiar with, so I can do aim and volley, so that gives me 2 upshifts in it.
And volley just gives you more attacks.
2 different targets, or you've ruled in the past we can rule 1 target twice.
You can aim 3 times around.
Cool. So that will take me to a 10. So I am going to shoot off a sharp note at the stone golem in front of me. D26 to hit. So that's the first attack. That'll do 1 point of damage. And then 23 for a second hit. If it'll let me move. Yeah, I'll move.
If you volleyed, you can't move.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
It's very annoying.
It is
I
very
was
much.
staying
Yes.
exactly where I am.
Which will then take us to the proper first round of initiative, which will bring us to Winslow first.
All right. Just gonna hold out a hand. Get my bat. Turn to this ridiculous. Exactly. This ridiculous stone golem thing next to me. Like, you again. Great. Yeah, I've been meaning to practice my cricket positioning, and I'm just gonna go for an underswing to its knee.
Okay.
The thug special. Let's go.
Critical 22. 4
My
damage.
man's a king.
100%. Yep. I'm gonna say you
What leg?
take like straight through its knee and the leg and straight through the second knee, just smack, and legless, it just crumples to the floor. It's still trying to move for a second, like you see an arm pull at the ground, the lights flicker, but with no, it just slowly dims and the light flickers and dies out.
Coach said I had bad cricket form.
Matthew, I'd like to take this moment to thank you for making putties way more cool so that we feel cooler when we fight them.
You're welcome.
And do I want to move?
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
you
fine.
could get right up in Athena's face, but
Isn't she in the air?
Nope.
A bit.
She landed on
No,
the
she
car
landed.
like kabang, and that's what started the fire as she kind of landed on the engine, blew everything up.
Yeah, and then she flipped over here.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah, then I'll move on, Athena. And I will place a card face down.
So ordinarily it would be Daniel's turn, but we're going to do your thing at the end of this round. Okay.
Gotcha.
So we'll go back to Alexander.
Oh, hello. Well, I'm. I hate to be that guy, but second verse, same as the first. I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
No,
Is-
I wish
because
you hadn't
wallet-
taken out the closest one, because that's the only one I can get to in my 30 feet.
I'm
I-
sorry.
free actions.
There it is.
Well,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna use one of my free actions, so I can get at least the 35 feet. Okay, I'm going for the upper one. Don't go for the upper
And
one.
you can jump very far, and it doesn't eat into your movement.
Yeah, if you run 10 and then roll your jump, you get free distance, and it doesn't cost.
Oh,
movement
gotcha,
to
gotcha.
use.
Yeah, Power
Okay.
Ranger, good at jumping.
Power of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So the,
Very good.
the
at
one
jumping.
near Winslow is dead as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool, I'm going for the bottom one.
This guy.
The other
sucks.
the other thing you
Guys,
did really good to improve the putty formula is you made them glow so that when they die they stop glowing.
I thought it just added a little bit of flair to it. The lights just
Oh,
dim
yeah.
out and
But
See that
it's
now.
it's a
Yeah.
very helpful enemy tracker. Like who's still alive, the one's glowing.
I thought it
Yep.
worked.
It does. It's fantastic. This is a compliment.
22 to hit the first one.
Right. Shake your body line.
Then a 10.
A little bit worse.
Just for flavor as well, I'd like to point out that the way Alexander fights is the whole time he is playing one of the like power weapon instruments, and then it's just one of the notes that he shoots off. So he's playing like battle music for us right now as well.
Inspiring.
Is this Crazy Frog?
Okay. So that is going to bring us to Millie.
All right, I'm going to spend a free action and a personal power to bring out my anger emotional mastery. And she just kind of like sinks down further into her feet. And if anybody like is looking at her eyes through the helmet, like she's just like you can almost see the flames in her eyes. She's so mad. Because she knows there was snakes in that car, and so she's fucking pissed. And she is gonna move up to this one.
There were motherfucking snakes in that motherfucking car.
There were.
I'm tired of these.
And it's
Tired
gonna
of motherfucking
go
deities.
I'm in plane. But plane, plane of
I'm-
existence.
I'm going to take the downshift to do multiple strikes with my power knucks, but because of the anger, I get an upshift, so that's a straight
It
roll.
flattens it out. Yep.
Steve,
That is
Is it
100%
critical?
going to hit.
kill!
All right.
Steve
So
Harvey on Family.
is-
Kill!
You tell me. That is 100% dead.
Okay, so the power and the anger starts to burn in her eyes, and she just like takes almost a runner's stance, even though she never did sports, and just takes, or at least as far as she knows, takes off and just one fist straight through the armor of the side, and then the other one follows up in the same hole and grips like circuitry and rips it out.
I love it. I do love it. So that is
Damn, I didn't know y'all were cool like that.
3 completely down.
I hit something finally.
3 100% down on the ground. Lights just completely dimmed. 1, the lights are flickering in and out, much lighter or much more dim than they were before, and 1 that seems to be completely okay. Lights fully bright, no damage taken. And it is now, unless Millie has anything else to do, Athena's turn.
Nope, that was all of it.
This is
Fantastic.
where things take a turn.
I didn't see that one right at the top. I
Yep.
thought there was only 4.
Athena being
Just
the
like I was like, what blue car?
Athena being the scary individual she is going to take a step back. As she does take a step back, she summons a spear, much like you summoned your individual weapons, just appearing almost out of nowhere. The spear itself is about 7 foot, bladed on the very end, weighted on the opposite ends, and she wields it with practiced eased, toning it, bringing it up close, and then just jabbing straight out at Winslow. And I've said all that now, and she's going to roll so badly that it is just going to be embarrassing.
Don't use my trick. You're not allowed to use reverse psychology on the dice.
Oh. So I rolled an 11 and 11. Yep, with a D8. Although that should have been specialized, it wouldn't have made any difference because the D20 was a 6. That was, in fact, awful.
She uses culture to beat people up.
She does, in fact,
Wild.
use cultures to beat people up because she has a lovely perk that allows her to use cultures for her attack skill because of her knowledge of military expertise.
Yeah. I was about to say it's about the knowledge
Yep.
knowledge of old military tactic.
Amazing.
And she is going to back up out of the way,
Yeah.
she thinks, out of the way towards this storm golem, which is going to come in.
I just do the thing where I like sidestep and it just goes. It's like, I thought you were good at this.
So did she. And the
Watch the storm golem like just crit your life out.
Exactly. Yeah. Just dead.
It's like, stand back. I'll handle this.
let's have a
I
look.
got you, Auntie Athena. No.
No, it didn't do what I said it was going to.
Storm Golem gets a 10 on its attack roll, and the second one, who can move a grand total of 40 foot, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Any free actions, not enough. So that one is also going to go up to Winslow, because at least that way it can actually hit something. It is also going to try and attack.
Oh, 19.
Nope.
Oh,
Red Ranger.
he's too good.
Red Ranger.
He's too handsome.
As
Close,
the
but no cigar.
storm golems try to surround Winslow, their own swords kind of just lashing out one after the other, but missing. Athena backs up, thinking that she has kind of freed herself from the melee, giving herself space to breathe. However, a portal opens up on the other side of Athena, behind her, large, green, glowing with magic.
On your left.
Take it away.
So all of you hear the sound of an engine going from like gear shifting upward. It's like the camera follows under the wheel well of a car, zooming at speeds that are not street legal. As I want to say a pristine white Dodge Charger slams into Athena from behind.
Athena is going to take the damage from what would be a ram attack from a car. Yorick in the driving seat, which does allow Daniel to get out.
Daniel like shoots out the windshield, doing like a backflip as he lands into superhero landing. He stands up, looking at Athena, who I assume was rolled over the hood, and points down at her with a scythe that refuses to stop being like the scythe comes out at first and then it goes back to the greaves, but he points out with the scythe and goes, "I have come for you." And then it becomes his greaves.
Fantastic. So end of round 1 has not gone very well for Athena. Has gone pretty well for
Go,
everybody
Power
else.
Rangers.
But let's take us into the top of round 2 now with Winslow, who finds himself a little bit pressed between storm golems.
Yeah, well, Alexander, Millie, you guys got the fodder, right?
I've got the one behind you.
So I 5, 10, 15.
I did want to say that when I morphed, the mysterious aura I chose
30,
was protective.
35.
So anyone within any ally within 20 feet of me gets a +2 bonus to. I can't just say their highest. I have to choose one. So I'm just gonna go with toughness.
You've chosen correctly. I'm within 20 feet of you.
Are you within? Yeah, you're within 20. All right, so plus
Yep.
2 toughness bonus for you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna wallop. Actually, I have a thing I can use, don't I? I have a power, right? I have
Yeah, you have power strike.
Yeah. Number, I think it's just 1 damage right now, probably, but all right. I'm gonna spend a point for specialization. I'm gonna use power strike.
Fuck it up, bitch.
I keep forgetting to use fucking specialization on my attacks.
Yeah, you should do that.
Oh, yeah, I'm not
17.
even rolling all of my specialized
But I also have another thing where I can re-roll that 2 and that 1.
Weapon mastery
Ooh.
for the Red Ranger.
Yeah. Slash R, 1d4. Okay.
All right.
Slash
Up to an
R,
18.
1d. Not slash 4. Damn it, finger. Come on, baby. Yeah!
Crit!
What? Double up. That becomes a critical 21. Does that hit this bitch?
Critical 21 does hit. You see that she tries to turn it aside. Her spear kind of brings it up for a second. She almost deflects the blow, but as she's bringing it up out of the way, she leaves herself open. And
Okay,
you're
so
able to redirect
that's
and slam that
+1
into her
right?
side.
That's not gonna multiply. Add a number of okay, so that's gonna be 5 damage.
You hear it, like you hear the blow. You see her wince and take a step backwards for a second, square herself, like
Yeah.
root her foot into the ground, and then just clutch her spear. And she just looks at
square
you,
the
ready
chest,
to like ready to stab.
Question:
and lift.
Is she prone?
She's not prone,
Mhm.
but she is. She's looking hurt. She's looking very hurt.
I think I definitely got some lift on that and then brought her back down.
Very hurt.
Yeah.
And assuming that is
Okay.
everything from Winslow, that will bring us to Daniel's
my
turn.
Let me mark this power being used.
I'm going to. That's the ruler. I'm going to come in.
That felt good.
Do a
Threaten my day.
do a round off and drive my knee into her chest. Let's see. I still have my 2 downshifts, right?
Yep.
I haven't undergone any kind of character development yet, so. All right, that is going to be an 18 to hit.
You land, like you launch a attack at her chest, but as you do, she brings that spear in and braces, pushes you off, so that you just kind of bounce off of her, and she manages just in time to protect herself from the blow.
All right, and because I am level 3, I can't attack again. So.
Okay. But that will bring us to Alexander.
Hello there. You can aim and move now, can't you?
Yep.
Awesome. I'm going to take my bushy over here.
You've already used your power points now, haven't you?
Yep.
Yep.
Don't have a lot.
Shoot at this one, 20.
Just, I was going to say, just a 20. 20 hits, yeah. The one that's wounded.
Yes.
Yeah. You tell me. You tell me how it's taken down. It is taken down, so you tell me.
As Alexander runs over, the violin shifts into the guitar as he plays like a riff from like Final Countdown or something with the final note he hits. Like just a sonic wave of concussion just like blasts its head off.
It just hits the ground, like it goes rolling, hits the ground, hits the car who's alarm is already going off from the shockwave of the fire and the small explosion. There's already like 3 cars nearby whose alarms are going off, flashing, and it just oddly the alarm stops from the impacts.
And no one's taken any damage yet, have they?
No.
Cool, cool, cool. I'll end my turn.
Okay, that brings us to Millie.
So what Millie would like to do is run up the, like, because I imagine the golem that she just took out kind of like fell to its knees. Run up its shoulder and launch off its head towards the last golem. So roll for jump. Is that acrobatics?
Athletics.
Oh, athletics. Okay. They're the same, so it's fine.
You're gonna be a milsel.
Oh no.
Oh, that's the minimum you need. You got like 10 feet.
Okay. So yeah, she runs up, launches off the head, lands at the 10 feet, and then uses the, like, rolls and uses the momentum to go straight for this one with another multi-strike
Fantastic.
with the power knuckles.
Leo Dallas multi-strike.
And anger is still up. Specialized.
That is so many dice.
What?
Critical 26?
Critical 26 hits. What I love as well is that I actually changed it over to the VTT at the time, so all of those dice just rolled across just in time. It was
I don't know
so
why
many
it did
dice.
that. It should. I hit specialization and it did that, and I don't think it was supposed to be that many. Because I only have a D2 or a D4.
I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't matter.
Definitely not.
The 1d20 is a 14. That's enough to hit the storm golems. And yeah, you got
Yeah, again, I'm not really sure what happened there. But anyway.
I was like, do your character sheet. You were level 2.
So yes, that's 2 hits.
Level 3.
Level 3. Yeah.
okay.
Still, 36 is nuts.
Yeah.
It's down.
some
You
quiet shit.
tell us how.
That's some Pink Ranger die shit.
So she rolls off the ground and just like launches at it and hits the head off and tries to aim it at Athena.
Make me either an athletics or a targeting check. Make me an athletics check.
If I'd have known I could have done that, I would have tried that.
It hits Athena. It hits her in the shoulder, but she, like, as it does, she just looks across at you. She's got what looks to be maybe a bruise or something is going to be there, but beyond that, she looks absolutely fine.
Okay. And that is my turn.
Okay. Which is going to bring us back to Athena, I do believe. Yeah. And the storm golems, of which there are now 0.
None.
Yep. Good job, storm golems. You did nothing in that fight.
Hey, they were fodder, and it meant she wasn't getting hit. So.
Yeah, that was their purpose. To be fair, that was their purpose.
Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 attacks that she didn't take.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was basically the point. Yeah. Athena is going to. She's going to step back again. This time closer to the storm golem, and lash out once again with that spear. This time she's going to attack Winslow, Daniel, and Millie.
I'm within 20 feet of Daniel. That means I get the +2.
Yeah, +2 to toughness.
She lashes out with the spear, driving it at Winslow, at Daniel, and then at Millie, but does so unsuccessfully. Yeah.
Since that roll was so bad, could I try, like, make a check to catch her spear?
I would say yes. Make me a.
Can I make breakdancing?
You read my mind. I was going to try and shoot out of the hand my turn.
I would say you
Like,
can make a performance check to try and catch it, but to try and take it
if
from her, it's going to be a might check, an opposed might check.
Yeah, no, I just want to kind of catch it.
Yep.
I'm not going to be able to take this from her.
Go for it.
This breakdancing doesn't suffer my downshifts, does it?
No, it does not.
Unless, yeah, because this isn't a power weapon based thing. All right, I'm up to D12. Critical 23.
100%. 100%.
Daniel plants a foot and does a freeze pose in air and catches it with his legs.
You can see, like, she's trying to pull it free. She's already struck at Winslow. She's already struck at Millie. And as she goes to stab at you and you do this, she's, like, trying to yank it through.
You know, with a spear like this, you should really be employing a shield and spear technique. Have you considered that?
She glares, and you can see, like, the burning anger in her eyes as she does so. She is so furious, and she is glaring straight at you. And just... I will get you. I'll get you. And that is going to go back to Winslow's turn.
All right. We're going to get weird.
So naturally infuriating. He's trying to be helpful. He really is. Because he doesn't know she wants her shield back.
I thought that afterwards. I was like, oh, he wasn't there. He doesn't know.
Daniel doesn't know that.
Daniel doesn't know.
He's just such a natural asshole.
I'm gonna move up right here. And I'm going to grapple.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a story point for specialization again.
Yep.
Get edge. I have wrestler.
I'm going to spend a story point to add +5 to her defense.
Okay. Well, poopy. It's not a power weapon, so I can't re-roll. So 17.
That is a no. And now I'm wishing I hadn't spent a story point.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you try to come in and grapple with her, she's still got the spear held in one hand, but she spent time wrestling. She spent time wrestling when it was a sport.
It's a Greek sport.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you know, in the Olympics,
pastime.
you know, this was a thing for them. And she just turns you away quite expertly.
Right. Well, that's my turn.
Okay. At which point it's going to be Daniel once more.
Okay, yeah. So because I definitely can't pull this spear away from her, I'm gonna drop it with my legs, rotate my body into a downswing and launch myself at her.
Okay.
So this is flavor-wise, it's a drop kick. Let me remove my D10 and my D12 from the roll. I'll miss you, my pretties. Yeah, that's not going to hit. That's only an 11.
You hit her, but she turns herself as you do, so that she absorbs the impact.
And then I'm just gonna flip off of her and land.
Fantastic.
At this, could I make another check to see if I understand that my Greaves are fighting me?
Make me so it would be a perception, alertness insight check.
Okay. All right. Here it comes. Come on. Roll good on 2d20. Damn it! Crit fail. Fumble.
Oh,
Story point?
story point.
No, because the other one's an 8. Like,
You take the lower, right?
you take the lower, so it's an. If I roll better, it's an 8.
No, you get a story point. Was we were saying.
Yeah, you get a
Yeah.
story point.
We get one.
Yeah, sorry, you threw me. Yeah, story point for you though, which is then going to bring us to Alexander's turn.
How many hands does she currently have on her spear?
She had one, but as Daniel releases his hold, she brings it back up to her full grip.
Okay, I was wondering if as she braced, did she let go with one arm or not? Sad. Never mind, I'm just going to try and shoot her instead then.
Yeah,
Okay.
just hit her.
I was going to try and shoot the spear out
Yeah,
of
I
the hand.
know. But
But
just get
sure.
her.
Ah. A 13 is not going to hit her.
A
Probably
13
not,
is
no.
not going to hit her, no. As this
Curse it.
as this note comes flying in, she just lashes it out of the air with the spear and just drives it down into the ground, almost like she's stabbing something out of the air. But that is going to then bring us to Millie.
All right.
No pressure.
Millie is going to run up and jump off of this storm golem and try and land on top of her, coming down with a fist. This time with the Forgotten Fist.
Make us an athletics check. If you succeed, you will get an upshift from attacking from a higher location. Yeah,
7.
100%. Get another upshift
Okay.
from attacking from a higher location.
All right.
I forgot. I forgot about the bit.
I need to start just jumping more before I do things.
Exactly.
Everybody just starts jumping around.
Specialized.
Jump.
Okay,
I
let's
mean,
hope this specialized
our-
doesn't roll all of the fucking dice again. No, there's
What?
something wrong with my character sheet. Something's
Okay.
going on.
That's fine.
No,
I'll
you-
have a look into
You
it.
only have a D4, right?
That's a
Yes.
16.
So that is a critical 20. That's
Yeah.
a critical
Okay.
20.
That's going to hit. You. So describe your hits. She is going to spend a story point to continue fighting, but for all accounts, you would knock her to the ground.
So Millie runs up the arm of the storm golem she just launched the head off of, and does like a flip down so that her legs are up above her and she's coming down in like a Superman punch.
Superman. I like it.
And you're just a stupid bitch, and just like lands on her chest.
Excellent.
And then it's
burn.
like straddling over top of her, hands still up.
Well thought out. Excellent.
Whoa.
Truly a poet.
As Athena goes down, taken down by this blow, she's clearly disorientated. She's still standing, just like she's not still standing necessarily, but she's still just about with it. She's got enough sort of sense to be able to pull herself out and to crawl, literally crawl away from Millie, from Winslow and Daniel. She crawls.
Where's she
across
crawling
the
to?
ground.
Because we've
I shoot her with my.
As she does,
Shoot her!
you see a large shadow pass overhead. And I mean large. As it's flying, whatever it is flying over you. It covers the entire car park for a moment in darkness. Circles round, and then an owl with a wingspan of 30 feet lands. Taloned feet on either side of Athena. She
If I
scrambles
knew
up
anything
it.
about biology, I'd be mad about this.
She scrambles up its back, like grabbing handfuls of just feather and skin underneath it, and pulls herself up until it just pulls herself with it and flies off.
Athena, you're supposed to be the goddess of wisdom. You're on the wrong side. You know that.
As the like
join
bird,
girls' night.
as the bird
Need to
flies
be
her away, can I attempt to shoot the spear out of her hand?
You can attempt to shoot the spear out of her hands. What's the range on your weapon?
50 to 100.
So it is going to be at the further ranges of your weapon.
Cool.
Snag?
Yep.
Nag.
Down.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
snag.
that was snag, yeah.
Yep.
on, Pink Ranger. If anyone can do this, it's a Pink Ranger.
No, I cannot do it. I don't think I got a critical 14 with snag. I would have had a critical 22, but
No, unfortunately not.
Oh,
It
well.
goes flying through
Good
the
try,
air,
friend.
but the owl banks as it tries to gain more altitude and fly out and away from you.
They're just so maneuverable. Truly
Even as
masters of
big
the
as they are,
sky.
they're just so maneuverable. And you see it just soar off into the distance with Athena just about clutching onto its back.
All right. Yep.
only this
I
thing can fly out
immediately-
automatically.
Right, yeah.
Daniel turns to Winslow and says, "You must admit it was wise to run away just now."
Well, that, yeah. And I'm gonna run over and check on Medusa.
You see, she looks shaken. Not quite as terrified as she did, but shaken. With
Take off my helmet.
Medusa gone, with Athena gone, she's pulled herself back up. She's standing now, at least. Her hands have
okay?
stopped shaking. I haven't seen her in centuries. I didn't realize it would affect me as much as it did.
I mean, trauma does that. But did you see me put this baseball bat in her stupid chest?
I saw you all.
Billy
very
is over
brave.
rescuing the snakes from the car.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I regret to inform you the amount of time that car has been on fire. The snakes are crispy.
The snakes have already slivered out, so Millie's just running around picking snakes up off the floor. They're just kind of slithering around the car park, just trying to get away, but not too far from a car because it's making the asphalt and the tarmac hot,
Warm.
and they love
Yeah.
that. You know, they're not too far from a car, but safe enough.
Fire.
The snakes
Bad?
do ID, but I'm not 100% sure if they can survive explosion.
No, they got away
It
from
didn't
it before it
explode.
went boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel is gonna demorph just off rip. Like, and then he's gonna. Millie's busy, so he's gonna turn to Alex and be like, "So how'd their date go?"
Surprisingly, it actually looked like it went quite well. As Alexander demorphs as well.
Good for
Millie
them.
has demorphed to pick up the snakes, and she's got them perched up on her shoulders and her arms up like this as she waddles over to Medusa.
Now, if you'll excuse me, you did call me mid-project, so I'm going to get back to it. Yarick!
No problem. Sorry for disturbing you.
As the charger pulls up.
Proud of you. I'm proud of you for taking an interest in the day.
It has got a dent in the front, whilst Athena did roll over the front when it did hit her. She did
So
leave an
fucking
impression.
hard.
Yeah, she did leave an impression.
Just an Athena-shaped dent.
Pun
in the front of the
intended.
You
car.
know,
Oh wait.
You know,
Hold on.
the cynic in me wonders if this would sell for anything. It is the impression of a goddess. Questions for later. As he gets in the back.
I guess I'm gonna power down. I'll call an Uber since your car has seen better days.
I appreciate it, but I'm going to well, like I got Daniel here, I'm just going to get myself at least most of the way home.
Oh, right, that magic, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Have a good night.
Thank you. And
Millie
she
is handing over all the snakes and
takes
keeps on
them
trying to tell
Just
Eve,
pile of
no
snakes.
play date today. We will go over soon.
just snakes wrapped around her neck, and it's a snake kind of across her chest. It's kind of almost like Ouroboros itself. Not quite, because the head and the tail aren't, but it's almost lassoed itself across her chest, and there's just so many snakes. And she does open up a small portal that she steps through, and it closes up upon itself. But just before it does so, you can see the street maybe 3 or 4 minutes walk away from her house, or from the garden that you saw.
Well, that's convenient. All right. Good job, team. We beat the shit out of a goddess. Well done.
Well done indeed.
I
As-
hit something. I couldn't hit Medusa to save my life this morning, but I made up for it.
I think. Look, Daniel's gone, but I think that means in terms of power scaling, that Medusa is stronger than Athena. I don't know. Like, all I'm saying is Millie couldn't hit Medusa, but Millie could hit Athena. So like, I don't know. I mean, look, you sanctioned your own butt kicking when you allowed me to hit a goddess with a car.
I mean, it was a very funny thing to do, so I couldn't say no.
You could have said, you can't do that. She's too fast.
No,
But
it was
no.
so funny. It was like, can I do? Yes, you can. 100%. Yes, you can.
Definitely
Athena.
should add something in the book that's like, if you show up late to a fight, you can hit them with your vehicle because
Yeah.
you're going so fast.
I mean, it's a ram attack. You 100% can do that. If you're in a car, you can use a ram attack. It's vehicle combat rules.
Hell yeah, baby.
So, yeah, that happened. Athena kind of got her butt kicked, but it's okay because a giant owl with a 30-foot wingspan swooped down. Athena climbed up and she flew away.
Athena and a goddamn owls flying out my range. You did.
Perfectly
Guys,
normal thing to happen.
she's still in eyesight. The owl is nature's slowest bird. It's taking forever.
Not this owl. This owl is zooming along pretty dang quickly.
That's not an owl. That's a raptor in disguise. That's no owl.
Medusa's returned home. Daniel also did so in the Charger, leaving Alexander, Winslow, and Millie standing in the car park.
You want to call us an Uber there, Alex?
Why would I call us an Uber? I'll just get us a car.
That's
Next
what I
phone call.
said, right?
Car arrives.
The
Is that not what I
difference
said, Millie?
One each.
the difference is he owns the car.
It's like a fancier Uber.
Uber for the rich and famous.
So you all have individual cars, but you're all returning to the same place.
No, I was joking.
Okay. I just wanted to establish whether or
one
not.
car arrives. It's one of our more
I mean,
It's
like,
a limo.
luxurious
Alex is
kind of
bad for
town
me.
cars, more comfort than like speed.
Yeah.
We've had a hard day or
Not
hard
like,
evening.
not like the Dodge Charger.
It's like a Rolls Royce Phantom or something like luxury comfort.
So you're able to kind of lay back, kind of relax after the fight, which is nice because you're all smelling a little bit of smoke. And as you leave, as you depart, there is the sirens. You can hear sirens of the fire engines
glad I
approaching,
missed that.
the police cars
Just-
approaching.
Just
Because-
thought maybe we should have tried to put the fire out.
I mean, it's
With
only
what?
been. It was only 3
What am I
rounds
gonna
of
put it out
combat,
with?
so it was only 18 seconds. The fight only lasted 18
gotta-
seconds.
And Daniel left. And took the hot air with him.
Poor Daniel. You head back to the house. Yarick and Daniel have beaten you there. And you do find that Aphrodite is waiting. You find her in nook number 2. Not the nook you normally use. This one is more prominent as you come through the front door. She has a glass of whiskey. She's got her feet up on the on the nook. She just kind of looks quite relaxed. No dresses or anything for a change. She's actually wearing, don't tell anybody, but she's actually wearing what looks to be the most comfy pair of sort of loungy jogging bottoms and a jumper. Her hair's just done up like into a tight bun, and she just sits there and she's like, "So, how was it meeting the family?"
I mean,
Medusa
we
was
beat
fun.
the Siniverse. It was pretty good.
The date went fantastic. Alexander and I spied on it. But
Right. I feel like I should be mad
Athena's
about that, but
There were
then you were there
laughs,
to
there were
fight,
tears.
so
Did they kiss?
Now I have to ask, is this Athena? No, Winslow was a perfect gentleman. She did have one single tear at the end of Princess Bride.
Who didn't?
But
Really?
is this Athena, like, would she have attacked us on her own, or was this Zeus behind Athena making her do the thing?
So this is going to come across a little indelicate. You all have all of your limbs.
None of us got hurt at all.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
isn't Athena acting on her own.
Okay. That
Well, yeah. I
terrifies
mean, you
me,
would think
but
if
okay.
if she actually wanted that shield back on her own, she's had 1,000 years to get it.
Yeah.
Well, I meant more like if like the just opportunity had presented itself at that time, and it was
Yeah.
her being pissed about it, and yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
No.
I could see her being annoyed that Medusa had handed it over to somebody. I could see her being kind of like Medusa had got it fair and square. If you'd have seen the things that Medusa had gone through in order to claim it, it's all fair. Really. But just passing it off to a mortal, and I could see her being frustrated at that, but with all due respect to all of you, I've seen you fight. You know, you saved me, and I'm not a great fighter myself, but
That's a
Athena
lie. But
Athena is one of the gods of war. People
yeah.
forget that. You know, she's wise, but she is a god of war.
I expected to probably die. So
Yeah, I was not expecting it to be that easy,
yeah.
because it was kind of easy.
I would say either she wasn't in full control of her actions, or possibly she
Was fighting against
some
whatever
sort of control.
imperative Zeus has over. Yeah.
Yes. Which is good
Whatever
for us,
control he
because
there.
then maybe she doesn't want to be with Zeus, which is not something we did think. We thought she'd gone over willingly, but it doesn't seem to be the case. And if we could get
Maybe.
her on our side.
I mean, because I mean he's like fundamentally wrong for what he's doing, and wisdom should tell her that. So yeah, it's got to be some sort of control, and hopefully she is fighting it. Yeah.
It definitely seems to be the case. So maybe we just need to try and arrange a.
Do you have a phone number for her?
I have a phone number for her. She's not really been answering it recently, but then Olympus isn't
Well,
in cell phone service.
yeah, well, what I was thinking is we send text messages and just try and like feel it out if she does get the chance to check them. Have you just been
Yeah.
calling, or you've been texting too?
No,
Did you
darling,
leave a voicemail?
I don't leave a voicemail. I phone if there's no answer, I give up. How thirsty for attention do you think I am?
Give me the phone number. I'll be thirsty for the attention.
Of course. and she just sends you the contact details.
Yeah. Well, just send inspirational quotes and stuff, like, like Rhoda fight the power. I don't know.
She sends you the contact details, and instead of Athena, it's just bitch. The phone number's on there.
Weird. That's what I called her too.
I kind of called her that to her face as I punched her into the ground. But
Yeah. Family histories are very weird. Yes, she. He was my husband first. But that's all I'm going to say on the matter.
I mean, even powered down or resisting control, whatever she was doing, we did well. We worked well together. Like, good job, team. Like, I think that this can work. We're a good team.
Yes, I must say we didn't do too bad in that last little scuffle. Out of curiosity, would you know how he's like mind controlling Athena if he is?
No, just the same way we do a lot of different things. It's magic, technology, a combination of the two.
Millie totally
Okay.
sent Athena a text message that says, "Sorry I punched you and called you a bitch." I mean, not really, but if you defected from Zeus, we could totally do girls' night, and I bet you would slay at trivia night.
Amazing.
Millie is winning over the goddesses with girls' night.
One at a time. Let's go.
Well, just Alexander, Daniel, do you have a spare bed that I could perhaps stay in for the night? I don't really feel like traveling home in these clothes.
I mean, look,
There's probably like 30.
Alexander is there. Daniel is in the smithy. Like,
she's obviously she's like, oh no.
Daniel is wearing a
Alexander?
heavy apron and heat-proof gloves and goggles. He is hitting a divine. He's hitting a divine object with a hammer. Like,
yes, of course. We'll get you one of the master suites on the west side of the building.
Okay.
Prepared for you. Please make yourself at home.
I will. The whiskey's fantastic. I just took some from the bar.
Oh, right.
Millie goes over
Farming.
to one of the screens and orders herself a whiskey.
Winslow orders like 8-egg omelet with a bunch of shit in it. Beating up goddesses makes me hungry. All right.
So just above table, does she normally drink whiskey?
You've seen her drinking wine mostly.
See, that's what I thought. That's why I went, like that's a different choice. I would have expected you to have raided the
Should I card you, Millie?
Whiskey.
Listen, my ID says I'm 21, but I honestly don't know how old I am, so good luck with that.
Fair enough.
Well, there was something else. I came here for a reason. I wasn't just checking up on your dates.
Insight check.
Go for it.
I'm not good at this, but 20? No, okay.
She's sincere. She was coming for a reason. She was also coming to check up on the date. But she also doesn't remember why she came. Like, everything she said is genuine. And she just like, there was something, there was a thing, and it was supposed to just.
Was it something to do with the shield?
No, the shield. That's
Um,
Alexander has the shield, and I'm sure he's working on it and everything.
Daniel has the shield.
Definitely, yeah.
Alexander, how much of this did I drink?
Yes, go easy on that.
How long have you been waiting?
Maybe we should go to bed now.
Yeah, probably.
Um,
I'm
out
gonna
of
eat this
curiosity,
giant omelet, then I'm gonna go to bed.
what bottle was that?
You see that one that said 25 years, but was 25 years 52 years ago? And she reaches down and she, like, the bottle is empty other than, like, maybe half a centimeter of whiskey.
Damn, girl.
This one.
Alexander trying to not blow a fuse.
It was
In his mind.
fantastic. One thing I
He'll
will
just
say,
take the
I've
bottle
not
off the
traveled
fire
to
and, like-
Ireland, but they do seem to know how to make a brilliant whiskey.
Do you get hangovers?
Not generally.
Okay, good.
Millie orders a
like
pizza.
immortal physiology. Like,
Here,
Alexander
have you
takes the
ever
bottle
had
every
one
last
of the
drop.
pizzas that Daniel's staff makes? Because they're amazing. And she orders one big enough to split with Aphrodite.
Not that I'm supposed to admit to, because I only tend to sneak in here when you guys have left. You know, like I turn up with the car and I tell you to go out, and then I just pop in for a drink and a. But the pizzas are
This one.
fantastic.
And Millie has ordered, so the pizza has a buffalo sauce instead of a red sauce. And then it's got fresh mozzarella and regular mozzarella, as well as gorgonzola. And then it's got chicken, jalapenos, and pineapple on it.
Oh,
that's
pineapple, oh, sweet and spicy. Millie.
Alexander is
You are
once again
quickly
full of
going
rage.
up in my estimations, and you were already so close to the top. And she grabs a slice and is just sort of chomping on it and grabs another slice and sandwiches them together. Snatches the bottle off of Alexander and she's
No, no, Alexander is holding on to that bottle and walking out of the room while this is going on, whimpering. while
Make-
stroking
I mean,
her
you
veins.
might as well let her finish it.
Make me a brawn
No.
check.
No,
Make me a brawn check.
no, I was already halfway out of the room. No. The one thing he knows I have naught of. 13?
17.
Oh, my dick.
She just takes the bottle and she does it quite expertly, because instead of fighting you for it, she kind of knocks it and then sort of slaps it up from underneath.
Just loops it.
Yeah, and just grabs it. And just spins the top and just finishes the last mouthful and just, right, now to bed we must go. Early in the morning we will get up. Not too early in the morning, mind you. I need my beauty sleep.
Right. So during the middle of the night, while everyone is asleep, I'm going to make an infiltration.
Daniel is not sleeping.
I'm going to sneak into Athena's room and I'm going to blow
Aphrodite.
her head off.
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite's room even, and I'm going to blow her head off with my bow.
It seems like a bad choice.
Yeah, that's bad.
Drink my nearly 100-year-old whiskey, goddamn.
You probably have like 6 more bottles of that shit. Calm down.
It was only 77 years old. So, Daniel,
Right.
make me a performance check.
It is not graffiti, but art is a
Yeah,
performance
make
thing.
me a performance check.
I'm gonna spend a story point for specialization.
Okay.
All these out. 6, 4. Critical 23.
So, make me one more
Alright.
for earlier in the night. Or make me, that one could be for earlier in the night and this could be for what you're doing now. Either way. Doesn't
For the
really matter.
overnight, how many story points do we have in the bank?
4.
I'm spending another one.
Okay.
That didn't go in the thing. Holy shit. Critical 28. 19. Wait, no, critical 27. 19 plus 9.
So you're on 4 successes out of 5 total. You need 1 more success, essentially.
Are you saying that a thing that I supposedly was told would be done in 5 nights is getting done in 1.5?
It does look like that way, yes.
So I believe I said something at the start of this. I'm
Yep.
him.
Well,
Yep.
you're also gonna sleep for 3 days when you're done. So
The intention, though, was like 8 hours of work, spend leisure time and sleeping time, and nope, because Daniel's just like,
because I am him.
I am the goat. I am a goat. And you're most of the way through reforging the shield. What you notice as you're working is that the forge itself, the heat, the fire itself rather, originally was just the normal hues of red and orange, that white in the deepest recesses of the heat. But the longer you work at it, the more you see black and green in the fire. And that the hammer,
I feel like a normal person would be worried about that, but Daniel is so engrossed in the craftsmanship that it just doesn't even register.
I'm just tired seeing things. Everything's fine. And that the hammer, as you're striking it down upon the shield, is sending sparks with every blow, and the sparks are that same black and green hue. Nothing to be concerned of. Everything's awesome.
The shield is
Everything is awesome.
Don't.
But it is about sort of 9 o'clock in the morning when you finish off this last skill check, this one that puts you on the 4 successes. Which means
now I know that I need to eat, otherwise my workmanship will suffer for it. So it's a matter of necessity as opposed to a matter of I want to stop.
At that point, Alexander walks in with food.
Oh, you came to the smithy? How hot is it in this room?
When you
Opens
walk
the door,
in,
he's nearly knocked out by the heat.
You walk in, and it is like walking into it's a furnace. You're walking into a furnace, but one that is so hot that you notice Daniel almost seems to have lost some weight working in there.
He'd have any
Sweated
weight
it
to
out.
lose.
Yeah, quite literally sweated it out.
Daniel was a respectable weight.
He
I forget.
doesn't.
I never wrote it down, but he was athletic enough to do breakdancing and parkour continuously without feeling tired. He was
an athletic individual. But now his cheeks are just a little bit sunken. There's black shadows around his eyes.
You look tired, dear boy, and I thought you could use a meal. As he brings in whatever Daniel likes for breakfast.
Daniel starts eating plain toast just so he doesn't vomit because his stomach is probably shrunken a little bit.
Is there still any fire or anything going on?
Yeah, no, the forge, it's in progress.
Of the black and green variety, though. I mean, and I would just instantly notice this.
I'm in the most supernatural looking forge of all time.
Yeah, Alexander. Is the fire normally supposed to be this color?
Oh, you see it too.
It's not just me.
Well, do your best not to bring it up. I assume whatever is happening behind me is helping actually forge the divine steel. And if we don't mention it, It'll never go away. His eyes are like wide.
I
Like,
think you
he's not
definitely need to
blinking.
sleep. How goes the progress?
You said 5, right? You said
4 out of
4 out of
5
5
successes. Yep.
80% complete.
Wow, excellent. I look forward to seeing the completed work, but for now, eat.
The 80% is literally just like doing the actual artistry. Like the shield is completely reforged. The last 20% is just drawing the picture of I want on it.
Yep. The original image of Medusa is gone. Medusa's head completely gone. The shield has been beaten back out into a better.
It's just like Captain
shape.
America's naked vibranium shield.
Just waiting for those final artistic touches.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish eating whatever was brought to me, and then I'm gonna put out the forge, safely. I need to safely stop all of the things that could burn the house down. Put the forge back into a resting position before I finally conk out for a little bit.
Seems safe.
This is where you find out that magic fire will not go out. You've accidentally created Amaterasu. And that's it. We're all fucked.
There's Greek fire in the forge.
Oh.
Yara can take care.
We just don't go in the forge ever again.
Yara, take care of this.
It does. You're able to, without Yarick fanning the flame, without Yarick adding oxygen to the fire with the bellows, the fire does slowly begin to die. Without fuel being added to it, it peters out, and just, you no longer see flame. You no longer see that black and green, though it has kind of burned itself into your eyes to a degree. You're always, when your eyes are closed, you can just see it at the edges of your vision, just creeping there as a reminder of what you've done, what you've achieved, maybe almost a cost to what you have.
Whenever I close my eyes, I'm reminded that I'm the fucking best. Took a god to make that shield. And it took me a day and a half to make it better.
Aphrodite doesn't come down from her room until about the same time, so roughly 10 o'clock in the morning.
So I pass her by on my way to go
Yep.
pass out. As she's coming down to be awake, I'm going past her to not.
She does sort of put a hand on your shoulder for a moment, look you in the eye. She puts her hand on your chin and tilts your head backwards and forth so she can look at you and just,
Is there a point to this?
Even the best artists must work not to lose themselves to their art.
There's Daniel gains a far off look in his eye. It says, the greatest goal of any artist is to be truly consumed by the thing they love.
Yes,
If I
that
were to
is a
disappear
concern,
into one of my
however.
pieces,
If
I
we
could ask
lose
for no
you
happier ending.
to one, that could be of concern to the rest of the team.
Alex can handle the funds.
Besides, I'm not sure Hades will let you go again.
Well, then it sounds like there's no need to worry.
She leaves you alone and heads downstairs, where she's looking to find Winslow and Millie.
I fall asleep standing up for a second before I'm like, and then I go.
Yeah, I think we're probably like at breakfast, right? There, Mill?
Millie has like this giant iced coffee that she ordered, but it's not just iced coffee. It's like 6 shots of espresso and some ice.
Winslow has just a giant breakfast of absurd proportions. So, Millie, I was watching you jump off those golem guys last night, and I had an idea. You want
Shoot.
to go in the backyard? Yeah, I was thinking maybe I could throw you.
Ooh. It's a good thing that all I've had is coffee, and she marches.
Well, after breakfast or a cup, but yeah,
Well,
yeah,
no, if I eat something before we try this, I might puke.
fair enough. I'm gonna eat, and then we'll go. But
Okay.
yeah,
Aphrodite walks into the room just in time to hear this. She sort of stops, looks at both of you, and is just, I don't think I'm nearly awake enough for this.
Here, and Millie hands over another 6-shot espresso with ice.
Darling.
I don't need a second one, I don't think.
You are quickly becoming my favorite mortal. And she takes the cup and then just downs it, tilts her head back and just downs it. And you do notice that for all the whiskey she drank last night, she looks absolutely fine. And somewhere she's found a complete change of outfit. She's no longer in comfortable clothes, though not uncomfortable. She's wearing a summer dress. Her hair is loose and just flows down her back. She's not got shoes on, but she seems quite happy like that, and is just kind of
Millie is
dancing on her tiptoes.
1000% still in My Little Pony pajamas.
So he's going to throw you. And
Yeah.
we're
I'm
hoping...
guessing it's like he's gonna throw me and I'm gonna hit shit.
yeah.
And you know what? I'm not going to argue. I think maybe I'm just going to get a lounger and I'm just going to sit down and I watch. What's the worst that can happen? How many times have you had a concussion?
I don't know, because I only remember the last 2 years, so I only remember like 3.
One really good one, for sure.
It can't be that bad then. Yeah, go for it. I'll watch and
That's fine. We'll
yeah.
set up a soft zone for practice. Like
Um,
I'm not gonna throw her at a steel wall. Like, jeez.
Yeah, I imagine that we've asked the staff to like set up hay bales for me to fly.
there's like, by the time you get outside, there's almost like a whole outdoor gym being set up. There's mats, there's punch bags weighted at the bottom so you can hit them as you're
Awesome.
soaring past.
Daniel
There's
keeps in shape, so
all this equipment is there. There's like a weightlifting bench out to one side of the pool. Are you the sort of person, Daniel, who would run on a treadmill or run on a lovely beach that you've got nearby?
beach running is harder. So
It is a nightmare.
the treadmill is a waste.
Yeah.
There's a perfect natural like training ground right there.
Natural hell.
Would I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why the hell would I get a treadmill? I'm sorry. Is this easy mode?
So it's got like free weights and everything.
He does probably have something like ludicrous. Like instead of a treadmill, there's like a treadmill rock wall. So like the wall like goes down, so you have to like beat it up.
That sounds amazing.
They're fantastic. They just keep going
like,
round and round, so you just keep having to climb up them as they're moving down. Yep.
Yeah. So it's like the first thing you think when you see it is, how does one human being own this? What? This doesn't even look like it's real. Like
this looks
like a made-up thing.
route.
So,
all right. Well, we're definitely gonna want to suit up for this part.
and let's say the check to hit the punch bags then is only going to be a 12.
With all the commotion of everything being set up as well, Alexander is now sitting there at like a little desk with 2 of the other like the helpers in the things, sitting there just at a little desk with like point cards, just waiting.
Yeah. All right. I think you're gonna want to get as small as possible, which you're already pretty small, so it shouldn't be too hard. And then
Millie like jumps up, like he holds out his hand and Millie jumps up into his hand on her tippy toes and like curls into a ball.
all right. This is a little different than throwing a baseball. I can already feel that. You're not that much heavier though.
So
Yeet.
Winslow, make me a brawn check.
Ron, yeah.
And then I will make a hit check. Oh no. Oh, I guess it's
Critical
still 8.
8.
Okay, so that is 3 is 9 is 10, and I can't remember what we did for a critical. We're gonna say 20 foot.
Sounds
'Cause
about right.
we'll double it. Whilst this is going on, Aphrodite is just sitting there or lounging there on one of the reclining
Maybe I
lounges
can get
by
this
the
to go.
pool. Aphrodite has another glass of whiskey, and you can see another bottle propped next to her, which she's kind of trying to hide from Alexander.
How dare you?
Okay, that is
But she's watching this whole thing.
a 14.
14 definitely hits. So you soar through the air, and as you kind of make that halfway point, you straighten out a bit, and then Superman punch this thing right where the face would be if it had a face. Hit the ground on the other side of it and roll to your feet just behind it, so you'd be able to, if you strike it again, if you were able to do so.
All
I
right.
think that worked. Let's try it
Yeah.
again. And runs back. I'm gonna roll physical dice this time.
667 held up in a row
667.
by the 3 judges.
You hear Aphrodite. That was worth at least an 8.5.
Oh no.
That says this. Do I
No, it's a fumble.
I'm gonna spend a story point to re-roll that one.
Much better.
Yeah, 18. So
That's
are we treating this
25
as
foot
a
of
running
distance.
jump or a standing jump?
I was going with running, so
Okay.
it's 25 foot of distance.
So
And probably
That's a critical
more than
22
25,
on the
'cause it'd be
hit.
over the 5, wouldn't it?
yeah, so 18 minus, so it'd be
It's 13,
40.
26, 39, 40 foot of distance.
40, 45, 40.
Either way, you've flown more than double
Yeah.
the distance you did last time.
And then I did a critical 22 for the hit.
When you hit it this time, you hit it with so much force that even though it's weighted at the bottom, you actually knock it to the ground. It kind of spins for a second on the base before righting itself.
Straight 10s.
Aphrodite
Hell yeah.
holds up her phone, and she's just written on the phone 10 as well. It's just and there's like kisses on the bottom as well. It's like 10 with kisses. It's just like
All right, I think that'll be very useful in a fight.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I
We
didn't
just
think I
gotta
could
remember
throw you
to
that
be
far.
near each other.
Like, Jesus.
You bring the brawn, I bring the muscle. The other might. The might. Yeah, the M word. And then Millie will demorph and actually
Yeah.
find real food and have like a chorizo scramble.
Alexander will go and lock away all of his whiskey in a secret hiding place.
make an alertness check for me to see whether or not
already
you
hit.
notice the fact that she's hidden this bottle next to her.
21?
Yeah, you beat her 9. I rolled a 6 on the d20. You definitely
I rolled a
noticed the
20
bottle
on my
next to her.
D20.
Billy would like
On-
to roll infiltration to follow him.
I was just about to say, on the way to go hide my whiskey, can I make an infiltration check to steal back the bottle of whiskey?
Try an infiltration check. Yeah, go for it.
17?
That is a critical 23.
Okay, he'll make it look nonchalant, like he's not trying to steal it. Then
She just eyes you as you walk past, and is just like, "Yes, I know your whiskey, your whiskey. I don't care. It's so
I rolled a
gosh
20 to
darn
follow
lovely."
him.
Alexander, just show her how much it actually costs. Like, yeah, you'll just have to pay me back. Mile-long receipt.
Roll an alertness check to see if you notice Millie following you.
Critical 20.
Oh, mine's just a regular 20.
If you notice her, then do you say anything?
You're gonna try and steal my whiskey. Can I make an insight check?
I mean, is there any other reason she'd be sneaking around after you?
Are you lost, dear?
I tried. She turns around. I tried to figure out where he was taking it, Aphrodite.
It's okay, dear. He'll probably just put it in his sock drawer or something. These men just aren't particularly smart when it comes to hiding things.
I'd like to say now that he's a little bit perturbed, but like, he'll go back into his room and he'll open his sock drawer, but then inside the sock drawer there's like a really complex set of like slides and shit to hide it.
It's just like,
There's a
Like, yes, she's right, but she'll never find it in there.
there's an American Express level bank vault at the bottom of the sock drawer.
it's like, darling, I was married to Hephaestus. If you don't think I can pick a vault. Should see some of the
Oh,
boxes he
so
put
maybe
my
we
presents
should
in.
actually call this engineer dude that you told us to call.
Oh, right. We have things to do. I got distracted by throwing you at stuff.
I mean, valid. But
Aphrodite
like,
looks at
and
the
it really
number.
like walks past the actual card, like we've just left it on a table, and that's what reminded her.
Aphrodite looks at it and she just, oh, Medusa gave you his number, didn't she?
Yeah, she said that he could help us out with stuff and things, with the shield, but also with
Other
like
stuff?
just
Yeah.
being our Hephaestus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hephaestus would take affront at that. He isn't a god, but he is godlike in some ways. Not those
Well, I
ways.
mean,
Get your minds out of the gutter, children.
Well,
that is where my head went.
we're all 12-year-old boys. It's okay.
Yeah.
Billy will call him.
The
Yeah,
phone
put him up.
rings
Put that shit on speaker.
and rings and rings and rings and rings, and almost at the point where it would go to speakerphone, you hear it being lifted off what sounds like an actual like telephone on a base unit on a wall or something, clunky noise and everything because it's lifted off the receiver, and then you hear a man's voice just, yes, sorry, Daedalus Enterprise, what can I help you?
Knew it. The only one thing.
Hi, my name is Millie, and I was given your number by Medusa because she said you could help us out in this kind of fight we've gotten into with Zeus.
Yeah.
We have Athena's shield.
She gave you Athena's shield?
She did, yeah.
Yeah, I
and it's
dueled her
currently
for it.
being
I
retooled,
lost
I think.
horribly, but then I invited her to girls' night, and because I made friends with her, she handed it over.
I took her on a date. I don't know why I feel the need to say that, but I feel the need to say that.
So, did somebody there just say he took her on a... Was he turned to stone? Did anybody have to take him out of...
Nope. He
No,
took her to
she's
see
delightful.
2 movies,
Yeah.
and some of us spied on it.
I think I
He
should
didn't try to kiss her, did he?
No, he
I
was
mean,
a
I
perfect
wanted
gentleman.
to, but
Smart man,
yeah.
smart man. Far too many others have thought, well, she's agreed to go to the film, she's going to go to the cinema, whatever it is, something, yes, that means I can just kiss her or whatever, and oh, well, they've never been seen from again, but it's their own fault, of course. Sorry.
I
This
mean, consent
guy-
is key. But
This guy
okay.
sounds like he has opinions on women.
Sometimes people just take the liberty and just... So what did you want out of me anyway? Shield.
Yeah,
I can't do anything with the shield. She's asked me before. I tried to break it. Breaking it's not my thing. I fix things. I built a maze.
well, we've got somebody who, from what I hear from his friend, has already changed it so there's a different design going on it.
Wait,
So
so
it's
he's
no longer
not
as much
tried
of
to
an affront.
break it. He just...
like an art change. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't seen it. It's not done yet, but
You obviously can't see him, but from the pause, you could just imagine him down the other end of the phone, just like...
Never thought to try and reforge it.
Why didn't I think of that?
Just like shouting in the deep, distant backgrounds. I'm so fucking stupid.
You hear a thud, and another thud, and another thud, and another thud, and another thud. And it takes a second, but then you realize it's literally his head just hitting the wall.
dude, stop! You're giving me a headache.
But Medusa did also say you might be able to help us, like, just
With other things,
yeah, with the fight, because we're gonna need. He's got these like storm golems, and I'm sure that if he's got those, he's got things that are even bigger. So we might need something to help us fight bigger shit he throws at us.
Daniel appears. He's only gotten an hour and a half of sleep. He leans over the shoulder of whoever has the phone out and just says, Athena
You lean over Millie's head.
Yeah, I place my entire upper like torso on Millie's, like on top of Millie's head. Athena flew away on a giant goddamned owl.
Oh, she still has Min.
We need to be able to fight kaiju. And then he leans off and like passes out in the sand.
This one watches films. I like him. Whoever he is, the meeting we will have, bring him.
He's also the one that reforged. So
yeah, I was going to say that.
anyways.
Yeah.
Don't bring him. I do not wish to lay my eyes upon his face.
Imagine being so good that Daedalus is fucking jealous. Ooh.
I do believe he may be soaring too close to the sun.
Yeah, I heard you had a problem with that.
The Icarus effect. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah.
Just gonna bring up his dead son in front of him.
Well,
it's messed up.
But
yes, I believe I can help you. I can't build you anything, but that's not entirely true. I can build you something, but it's less a construction to fight them with and more a construction to summon something with.
Okay. Listening.
I'm going to need ingredients.
Sure.
There shall be a quest.
We're going on an adventure.
Oh no.
We're in danger.
Ah, shit.
Send me your address.
Fuck me.
And an email address.
No, I'd rather not.
I will email
Millie's
you the
typing in the
particulars.
address in the email.
And I will see you in 3 days. I have important work, and you just hear a roar that is so loud it shakes the panes of glass in the house through the phone.
Jesus. All right. 3 days.
I told you I would build you fake teeth, but if you keep losing them at such a rate, you stupid dragon, I can't solve your problems.
A
Daniel
dragon?
is standing up
Can
again.
we
and
come
he
meet
says,
your dragon
"It was an
friend?
impressive octave," and he's asleep again.
It's not my dragon, and I mean, you can
I
meet
said
the dragon.
friend.
Dragon friend? I wouldn't even call it a friend, a client, perhaps. Hostage holder, taker, maybe closer. But 3 days. I will be finished in 3 days and I will be at your house, but send me an email. I will email you particulars.
Great. Got it.
Aphrodite, you know what I need. Just work with them. Send me the details. You see Aphrodite just standing in the background with another glass of whiskey, and she's just kind of like, he's so dramatic, but yes, Daedalus. Sorry. Yes,
Okay,
Daedalus.
3 days then. Bye.
Yeah.
And
Have
before
fun
it
with your
can,
dragon.
the dragon can roar again, Millie has hung up.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, Daniel is
This-
once again standing up. If
Oh,
we
good
have
lord.
3 days till we meet the craftsman, I must finish as soon as possible. And he heads back down to the forge.
Go to sleep.
I
Sleep
did.
first. We have 3 days.
Oh my god.
Sleep is canceled.
Jesus. So Greek quests. Just a little heads up. This is gonna be awful. This is gonna be terrible.
This could
It's
be
not
fun.
going to be so bad, Aphrodite says, and she's, Daniel, quick, return, attend me.
What?
Daniel falls down the stairs. Ugh. What?
I remembered what it was I came here for. I have presents.
He fell down the stairs for presents.
Yarrick, build this woman for her stay.
Of course, if you wish for me to pay, I'll pay. That's not an issue in the slightest. If you've been around as long as I have, interest really works in your favor.
This sum is in the 12 digits.
How did you hit both eyes on the way down? Ugh. Damn, dude. Maybe bring some ice too, Yarrick.
I'm fine.
You
I
don't.
go
you
back
don't
to
look
the
like-
forge.
Well, hold on and get your present first.
She takes the 4 of you out to the garage. It's full of cars, all manner of cars, sports cars, town cars. Oddly enough,
There's at least one APC.
Yep. And oddly enough, it has a chariot in it. Athena has somehow managed to just store away.
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite, Jesus.
Bro, I'm gonna tame Athena with carrot sticks. It's gonna happen. You've messed
It's
up too
okay.
many times.
I'm going to just have to cut that bit out. It's fine. Aphrodite has managed to store the chariot
You
away.
have to edit it. Every time you say Athena, you have to edit in a soundbite of you saying Aphrodite.
And in the middle of this small clearing, because there's not that much space that she could have stored them in, but in the middle there are five mechanical looking, at first glance they look like horses. Two of them have more hippocampi features. The legs on the back disappear completely into what appears to be a wave of water. And you notice that in between the front legs and the back legs, there are wheels for a motorbike. You can't see an engine, hidden away somewhere perhaps. And even when you turn them on, or when she turns them on to show you, There's no from of an engine. There's no roar from an exhaust. There's not even a whine of a motor for an electric vehicle. Whatever is feeding these things power is silent.
Magic powered
No horse whinnying either.
No,
Daniel
no
looks
horse
at-
whinnying either.
Daniel looks at the horse and thinks to himself, "This will not do it all. This will be a This will be a skeletal horse by day 2."
Even as you think that, the one that is clearly yours, it has white accents.
It's a white horse, you know,
Yeah.
as Death came riding on a pale
It
horse.
just takes on a more skeletal feature to the horse. All of the musculature disappears into just bone. You can
Oh,
see
thank
almost
God, I
like
don't have to do it myself.
almost like a cloth draped over part of it, although it is just part of the bike. It's not actual cloth. And she says, these are the gifts. Don't tell Daedalus. These were Hephaestus's. I did
He's
kind
a
of...
jealous man, isn't he?
They're both kind of jealous of one another. They both think they're the best. Hephaestus really thinks he is the best, but then he is a god.
True. The
You know,
competition isn't quite fair yet.
it gets stupid. But these should get you wherever you need to go at quite some speed. And for those of you who did earn Poseidon's favor, they will also travel across the water and underneath it.
Wow.
Fantastic.
So I'm like sitting on mine. I'm like,
Daniel
this thing
Daniel
is beautiful.
Daniel turns
But-
to Winslow. Do not invite Medusa to ride
I was
on the back of
literally thinking she's not gonna like this when she sees it. But
that. Daniel
it's
does the
nice
Daniel does the
bike.
the you and me thing. We're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Millie is already sneaking hers back to where the pool is to test.
Do it in the ocean, you barbarian!
Billy, I'll race you.
Yarick, prepare bills for them as well.
I take it off to the beach.
It,
Alright,
it
not
moves through the sand as if it was nothing, no difficulty at all. And once it hits the water, at first it's just floating atop it, and you can feel that the moment you push down on the bike itself, it will dip straight into and through the water. It won't take much to get it underneath.
Millie is doing circles around the pool.
Billy still went to the pool.
Yep.
Yarick, throw
like-
her out.
Well, I won the race, I guess. Shit. I wonder. I'm like, let's find out. I'm gonna go under a bit and see if I can breathe. If this thing like extends an oxygen bubble or something.
It'd be so funny if it didn't.
Exactly.
You can whilst you're on the bike.
Yeah.
Only whilst you're on the bike.
That's yes.
Millie notices that Winslow is not there and heads for the ocean.
Yarick catches you by the back of your shirt and throws you out the front door.
Bike
Poor
and all.
Yorick.
He throws you first, and as you turn back, you're like, "What about my bike?" And then he throws the bike.
Yeah.
Aphrodite is just standing in the garage and she's just like, well, nobody said thank you for the gifts, but I suppose
mean,
they
she
like
Gets
them.
she gets a text message from Millie that says, "Thank you,
Me and
thank you, thank you, thank you,
Me
thank you."
and Alex are still in the garage, so like that was just them.
It's just subtle shade from Aphrodite. She's like, nobody said thank you, but
Thank you for the gift.
Thank
you're
you,
ever so
Aphrodite.
welcome, Daniel, and I do apologize that you fell down the stairs. I
That wasn't your fault. I lost control of my legs for a moment.
I'm not going to say I
Anyway,
told you so.
Back to my
but
studio.
Okay.
He falls up the stairs.
Alexander,
Falls
dear, do
up.
keep an eye on him. He's burning the candles at both ends, and this candle is particularly dangerous.
Yes, once he gets a bit fixated on a project, yeah, he tends to get a bit like this. Once he's finished, he'll rest up for a couple of days, I'm sure.
Well, if
Thank you again for the horse bike.
Daedalus wants something in 3 days, I don't think he's going to have much time to rest. So look after him.
I'll do my best.
And perhaps once the others and Daniel are in a mood to listen and not zoom off on their new gifts without saying thank you, you can tell them that they can, much like the piece of coral that Poseidon gave them, it contained part of his power, a part of his essence that enabled them to travel across and through the water. Some may allow them to fly, like with the wings of a Pegasi. You just need to find the right things.
So collect all the charms.
Gotta catch him on, gotta catch him on.
Lucky
Just
charms.
something to consider.
Shin
I
charms.
will let them know, and upon their return, I'll tell them this very information.
I'm sure we're spending like a solid couple of hours just zooming around each other in the ocean.
But sirs, I don't
We're
forget,
like doing
your
circles
return.
around yachts and confusing the people on them. We've morphed so they can't see who
At
we
some
are.
point we morphed, yeah. Like 30 minutes in, we realized we're not morphed. We're like, oh, right,
Just doing backflips on hippocampi jet skis.
yeah, damn right. Just shooting out of the water. And...
I'm on top of the world, but on the back of the hippocampi.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
What you notice is that the more time you spend on it, especially in the water, the more like a hippocampi it looks like.
Ooh.
Daniel, make me another performance check, please.
This one is, I'm back in my bag, right? Because I'm no longer doing the actual the
Yep,
forging.
this is the decorating part of it. I'll say
Yeah,
like more
so
more
I'm
like
back.
etching or something.
Yeah. So I still can't use my baby. I'm
No, but
spending
you-
a third story point.
Yeah, I was gonna say you still got a story point left, and we're getting pretty close to the end.
Oh, I'm also going to morph for 2 reasons. The first reason is so that the energy from morphing can keep me in more of an awake and alert state. And the second is because I get an upshift to all my social skills when I'm morphed. It is critical, and it is a 22.
Well, that is then 6 successes out of 5.
I mean, the first thing that happens is Daniel emerges from the studio, still morphed, goes to his room. I'm unaware if anyone was near the studio, if they were all out doing things whenever I finished. But he goes to his room. He lies down on the bed. He pulls out his phone and texts Winslow specifically. The art piece is finished. Call Medusa by at your earliest convenience, and then he will now sleep.
I'll say at this
As
time
he made it
about...
out
I'm
of the forge, or
Midair,
he just passed out on
midair,
the
I
floor.
check my phone. I'm like, oh, neat.
I feel like it would have taken longer than that. You guys would have. I feel like I finished this piece
About
18
6
hours
o'clock.
later.
Yeah, it's
Like-
about
Okay.
6 o'clock now. In the evening or afternoon, either way you
I
look
was
at
gonna
it.
say 6 a.m. the following day.
Sweet. But yeah, I'll do so. Yeah, I will so I'll shoot her hey, I hope you're doing okay. After the Athena of it all, and the shield is ready. If you want to come take a look.
You receive a message back from Medusa and it just says, "Is it okay if I come over now, or would you rather I waited until the morning?"
You can hear Daniel snoring
It's like
from
shaking
the
the
other
house.
side of the house.
Daniel probably wants to be there when you see it, so maybe in the morning, because
Okay.
he is kind of dead. Yeah.
first thing in the morning. Then I say first thing, so that 8:30.
I'll let you know when he's awake. Yeah.
No, 8:30 in the morning. You get a knock on the door.
Yara gets it.
Medusa is standing there. She's
Winslow was
in,
like 3 seconds behind Yark because he wanted to answer the door.
Exactly.
She's in much more casual clothes this time. She's wearing a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. She's not got a jacket on for a change. And you can see that
Stop.
she appears to have like a one-piece swimming suit underneath it. You can see like the straps of it. She's just like, so close to the ocean. I just thought maybe a dip afterwards, or is that a pool? Of course, he would have a pool. But yes, hello.
I think there might be 2, but yeah. Hi, yeah.
They haven't found the second pool, the secret one.
I don't think Daniel's awake quite yet, but I imagine
There's a loud sound as I burst out of my room, like Cusco in the Emperor's New Groove.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Well, that's good because I was going to wake him otherwise.
Not the devil.
She has a large bag, like a Hessian bag over her shoulder, quite large, and she pulls a air horn out of it. She's like, I
That's
was
probably
going to wake
unnecessary.
him if I needed to. It has
I
been a
kind of
long
wish
time.
that had happened now, but oh well. Daniel, Medusa's here for you to show off.
Wonderful. Everyone, come to my studio.
Where is his studio?
Yark says, if you will, my lady, my lord, follow
Thank
me.
you.
Millie is like holding onto the back of Winslow's shirt, healing behind him.
I've got to get a pair of those.
They're so much
Rather
fun.
would join having been awoken by all of the.
By me kicking the door open.
Yeah.
Boom, baby!
I wonder if we can get Daedalus to integrate that into our suits.
It just kind of comes out of his
Healing's
bed
on our suits.
fucking morning.
You guys enter the studio, and on a pedestal, on a pedestal is the shield currently under a sheet, and Daniel next to it wearing his rollerblades. He's rollerblading around the studio.
All right,
good.
dude.
You're all here.
Yeah.
Behold, the shield of Athena, by me. And he like rips the covering off of it. And now on the shield, as opposed to the horrifying Gorgon head, is a picture of this beautiful Gorgon woman with red, like fiery red snake hair, like billowing off behind her, staring intently and fiercely at a focal point off screen. And Daniel turns to the group assembled in front of it and says, "I call it the mantle of Stheno. I hope you appreciate it."
Medusa doesn't say anything. She's just staring. Just staring silently. Make me alertness, either insight or perception checks, your choice.
I'm not good at these, Matthew.
I mean, I just have a D2, so you know.
Well, that was a crit. That was a crit and a 14, so 14.
16.
8.
Really?
Critical 22.
I think, to be fair, all of you then, but Alexander, you notice that she seems absolutely touched, almost to the point of tears. You saw, Millie, you saw her like a single tear the night before. The night before the night before.
Yeah, it's been 2 days.
Yeah. But this is like, you can see proper tears welling up in her eyes now. And she just leans forward towards the shield, and you hear her say, "My beautiful sister."
Sister.
She looks at Daniel and she just, "I fear I owe you an apology. I have a bad first opinion, and I owe you an apology. You have made a work of art."
I hope I managed to do the image of your sister justice.
She is beautiful, just like she was. One day we will see each other again.
Really, yeah. Good job, Daniel.
Millie goes in and hugs Daniel and then rushes backwards.
Alexander just
I high five Alexander. No look.
Someone has to bear the shield.
Hey, you forget who you're speaking to. And then Daniel picks it up and slides the intricate like thing apart because it needed to go to 5 different people. It splits into 5 perfect like individual parts. Each one like on when they split apart, you see that the image actually wraps around each shield. So the full image is on every individual part of the shield. It splits into 5 and it still has the full image on it. That's why it took so long to actually paint it, because it wasn't just the one time.
Medusa takes one of them and looks it over. She turns it over in her hands, and then she places it on the pedestal again. Looks at all of you and just says, "You have done me a great favor. Please, whatever it is that you do when you with the helmets and the armor, please do that."
Oh, Morph. For
Victory.
Discord!
Death.
everybody.
She
Yeah.
gives each of you a fragment of like a piece of the shield and asks you to put it on. And I apologize, Daniel. I will clear this up. She takes part of your, so she looks across at your art supplies and finds the largest brush she can, dips it into paint. She doesn't care what color it is. Draws a huge circle on the floor around all of you and the pedestal, and black and green fire just sprouts up from it straight away. That same black and green fire
Oh, it's
you
back.
saw.
Oh, the heat bringer is back.
I had to give you some help. I made the flames in your furnace hot enough to shape the metal. But this was all you. And she speaks in ancient Greek, and as she does, the shields heat up. You can feel them, not dangerously so, not painfully so, but warm enough to send tingles up and down your spine from your shoulder and your arms. And then,
Is it just like magic words, or is there actually something? Because Winslow does understand ancient Greek.
it's mostly magic
She's spelled
words.
right.
Yeah, you hear her saying her sister's names, both of them. She's kind of invoking them in the ritual. And when she's finished, the shields disappear.
Way to go.
It's there when you need it. You just, well, I kind of had to keep it this way, but I kind of blame Daniel for this one, but you just say my sister's name.
Stheno.
And as you do, the shield reappears on your arm.
Say,
What was that name, sorry?
Stheno.
Stheno.
This way, she will
Stheno.
always be remembered, at least by some. And she can protect, like she
Is it
protects us.
just like a buckler, or what are we looking at? Like, is it a
It's like in size, in shape, when it's summoned now, it's like full Greek hoplite sort of size, but
Ooh.
it's high enough up on the arm. It's kind of attached to the armor now, so it doesn't take up an arm to hold it.
okay?
So you can still two-hand the baseball
Yep.
bat.
You can still use a two-handed ranged weapon. And mechanically,
Nice.
it's going to give you a +1 to your toughness or evasion.
Hell yeah. Hell
And
yeah.
you can use a move action to give yourself cover, as you're basically like hiding behind the shield.
You got a turtle behind it. Shoot,
Yeah.
buddy.
I was about to say, do the Captain America jump up behind it?
Full body
We can
behind
come
it.
together and put our arms up, and then we have
That's where.
shield
That's
wall.
how we use. That's how we use. We'll bring them together.
Could be. Jesus, yeah.
You
Just
can obviously, as a
form
move
a
action, you could
massive
give
bunker.
yourself or somebody else cover, like somebody adjacent to you cover as your.
Yeah. Wow, that's super cool. Yeah, I'm gonna with
My
the
name
hand.
is Daniel
my-
LaRoe
my-
III, and I am the greatest artist the world has ever or will ever know.
so the hand with the shield, my left hand. I'm just gonna put on her shoulder. Like, we'll bear these with honor. We'll honor you and your sisters.
Thank you, everybody. I was going to ask to use the pool, but I think I'm going to go home and drink. And
Millie pulls out a tissue and hands it to her.
thank you, Millie.
Was that just in your pocket?
And she uses it. She sort of dabs at her eyes, and I'm going to leave now. But Daniel, thank you. If you ever need something from me that I can give you, I owe you a favor.
Keep yourself safe.
Of course.
Someone I know is very, very interested in keeping you safe and happy.
Winslow definitely
With the
does not blush. Nope, no blush.
With the subtlety of an earthquake, Daniel looks directly at Winslow and then says the word wink.
Wink.
I have not slept properly in 47 hours.
I think there then, with the shields, the bikes, so with some extra armor,
The
with some
shields, the bikes,
mobility,
and a plan.
a plan, a quest. Yeah, we'll call it
Concerns.
concerns. Greek quest. Everything's fine.
Winslow's all the minute Dato's like, yeah, we'll have a quest. Winslow's like, oh no.
Daedalus is my favorite character so far. This guy watches movies. I like him. Make sure he's there. Yeah, he's the one that reforged the shield. I do not like him. I want him nowhere near me.
Do not bring him.
I do not wish to set my eyes upon this man. Do not bring him.
So funny.
Well, favorite moment for yourself, favorite moment for another player. We're going to start with Daniel.
My favorite moment for Daniel, the unveiling, pretty good. I liked that a lot. Because I came up with that immediately. I was like, well, Medusa hates herself and everything about herself. In classic, I don't know about this one, but like Medusa is like a case study in self-hatred, but she loves her sisters. She loves them so much that she ate them. So I was like, yeah, one or the other. And then I like started looking up descriptions, and Stheno is like portrayed as a redhead, and I was like, well, that's my bias. It's her. Sorry. And Stheno is easier to say than Eurylele, or however the hell you're supposed to pronounce EUY, like RALEY.
It's definitely the easier one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Redhead and a name that I won't goof up in the moment. Sign me up. But yeah, that was just a huge moment. Also for Daniel to really like cook. Like it's just fucking fantastic for me. My one for the other player is definitely just a mix of everyone just vibrantly taking advantage of Daniel's wealth. Like the descriptions of the food you eat and the things you order and what you tell my people to do, like just like, yes, one day you will be completely dependent on my wealth.
One day.
Then
there now.
I shall cut you off.
Yeah, no, just very, very fun. Beating the shit out of Athena was great.
Let's go with Alexander then. Oh.
Hello. For Alexander, I don't know. Probably getting pissed off about his whiskey. That was fun. For someone else, it's probably a mix between it's panic, but technically it's the seven who's like the butler whose name has completely gone out of my head.
Yarick.
Thank you. Yarick and Millie, just the Fresh Prince moment of throwing her out the front of the house.
I didn't even make that connection. You're so right. Uncle Phil
sneaks back in through the back. Yep.
Going out DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, Winslow.
For Winslow, I think it's just ruining Athena was delightful.
Oh, dude, five damage on a melee hit, nuts.
Yeah.
Godlike.
I felt good. I enjoyed that. And for someone else, like it's a toss up. I mean, it's Daniel, but it's a toss up between him falling down the stairs and unveiling the shield.
Sorry, my legs stopped working when you asked me to turn around, and I was at the fulcrum. So
Aphrodite, Daniel, attend me. Not that quickly, darling, but okay. And last but not least, Millie.
For Millie, it's a toss-up between the fastball special and bonding with Aphrodite over calling Athena a bitch.
I was there too.
Well, I'm saying before Aphrodite even sent her the contact with a bitch, she
Just
had
like,
called Athena a
yeah.
bitch in the fight. And for somebody else, absolutely Daniel and the shields.
well, if you guys are going
Really,
to talk
really
about the
fun.
shield, I'm changing mine. Hitting Athena with a car.
Very
hitting
good. Don't
Athena
get me
with the
wrong.
car, yeah.
That
When I got that message, I was just like,
Bro,
Daniel
the second...
always has so many good moments in an episode. It just
Can I
Michael
commit
does.
vehicular manslaughter?
Like Michael said, he texted me. So Daniel got this like, well, I can't teleport because this isn't that kind of game, but I got to get there somehow. It's going to be a fast car. Why stop? Can I hit Athena with a car?
it was like, can I hit with a car? Please, please. And I was just like,
Can I hit her? Can I hit her with a car? Pulls.
yeah, okay.
No, I mean the first thing you asked was, wait a minute, Athena or Medusa? And I was like, first of all, that's rude.
Well, in my defense, you did write, can I hit Medusa with a car?
No, I didn't. I wrote, can I hit her with a car?
Go have a look. You wrote, can I hit Medusa with a car?
I'm looking at the chat. I did write that. I'm wrong.
So I was like,
Look, the vehicular manslaughter was just, I was pumping through my veins. The target
The
didn't matter.
adrenaline. Hey, listen, if you accidentally mixed up the names, it's okay, because Matt constantly called Aphrodite Athena tonight.
So
Hey,
many
I was
times.
gonna edit that out.
You know what? You know what? You know that the whole Athena thing is now my fault because I set the precedent.
But you sent it, and I was like, well, you obviously didn't mean Medusa, but I'm just gonna double check just in case. It was just like, yeah, it was a please. I was like, yeah,
Please,
screw it.
please.
Cars can ram. That's a mechanic. And Yarick
Nope.
can automatically succeed on a skill test for Daniel once per day.
Nice.
That is a mechanic for Daniel. So
Also, just cementing Yarick's place as a badass and as a member of the inner circle, because
Yep.
I definitely
Right,
morphed in
right.
front of him.
and then he ran over a god.
Oh, I mean, fucking Winslow and Millie definitely
we morph in
front
front
of him in the
of Yarick
backyard for
constantly.
fastball.
Yeah, constantly. He's
Yarick
Killian.
is our alpha. Like,
Yeah. A little bit, and like, if the kitchen staff is paying any sort of attention, they've probably seen it too.
my
Like,
It's not subtle.
my whole on-call
Yeah.
staff is part of our crew. They're our big crew.
You know what's going to be really funny is with the book that's coming out that I've sent you guys, like the store page for. One of the things it comes with is base building rules.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you come on, please let me build the fortress. Please
We
let me
are.
build our
We are
mansion as a
100%.
Yes!
We are 100%. Okay, it's a thing. It's being done. That's why I said it's going to be funny.
Wait,
We're doing
does
that.
that mean I can I
There'll
also
be
build
6 pools?
Can I also build the volcano base
Yes.
from Let There Be Thunder?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
And if it works, yeah, we'll build the derelict island cave.
Oh,
keep
the
as
derelict
well.
island cave keep.
Keep, yeah.
Yep.
Really a work of
Build
genius
dick.
on all our parts, creating the dick. Hey, edit me out of this episode.
Sometimes you just have to erect a dick.
And on that note, thank you everybody for watching. And may the
Power protect you.
Power protect you.
bye.
We're gonna
Louder.
do like this round.